7 content on the channels. We'll be racing at the Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight for our Nextel Cup Series 50% race. So 250 miles in the Golden Corral 250 at Atlanta. Our second 50% race out of 4 of them on the season. And we won the first one in California on fuel mileage, leading only 4 laps of that 125-lap race. If it wasn't for the fuel mileage, I would have finished a lap down in 25th. So what kind of speed are we going to have in this intermediate track here today? What kind of pit strategy are we going to have to try to get us a good finish if we need it? Or will we have speed like we did at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway last night in the most recent race where we led 218 of 267 laps in a full race en route to getting a win? Trying to go for 3 in a row with Dave Blaney. We'll be starting at the tail end of the field. No practice, no qualifying. Let's get this thing underway. Green flag is in the air. Kurt Busch on the pole. And we are racing in a very short one here tonight at Atlanta. Blaney slides the tires here off the initial start. Just trying to get up to speed. That was weird. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. No clue what the pit strategy is going to look like in this one. But already out of the gate, this 22 car very loose on the front stretch. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. This car is so loose on the straightaways. We might need to catch a quick caution. We could be in trouble. A little steady that time off turn 4. It's right off the exit of the corners where it's not good. And the banking almost feels like it just glues to the track better. It's very strange that I'm that sideways on the straightaways. Probably could have used a little bit more downforce. Try to creep back up in this one. Dale Jr. leading the first few laps of the race despite not qualifying on the pole. Kurt Busch, who was the pole sitter, did not lead a lap. First 3 laps, though, caution-free in this one. Ran a steady lap that time, starting to catch up to at least the back of the field. Matthew Dorter-Bruno, Billy Kramer, and you got Kyle Busch in the chat, everybody. Not the Kyle Busch, but a Kyle Busch. If that makes any sense. 3 wide off turn 4. Paul Menard barely getting through. Lady, I'm really trying not to touch the analog stick down the straightaways as much as we can here. This car's so loose off the exit of the corner. Hopefully in traffic it'll be a little bit better. I really just got to hope that I clear cars by a lot. And if it looks like it's going to be tight, don't clear up on them and risk getting air taken out of the rear spoiler. I'm definitely going to have to tighten this thing up, though, the first pit stop we end up making. 3 wide move for Blaney to the inside. Under Yaley, Nemechek. Passes being made by the 22. Oh, man, it felt really loose that time. First time that's happened with side-by-side traffic. It feels worse off turn 4 than turn 2 when it does get a little snappy. It's the downside of no practice or qualifying here. Just really guessing on the setup out of the gate. I don't think I guessed correctly. Loose is fast if he can hang on to it. Up from the start at least. There's speed in this 22 car. Some speed at least. Ethan Chua, Mark DeMars, Ryan Berwick, thanks for tuning in. Dale Jr., our current points leader, out in front. We've had 3 different points leaders after the first 3 races of the season. Elliott Sadler won the Daytona 500, started the season with the points lead, then Kurt Busch. Busch blew an engine in Fontana, giving the points lead now to Dale Jr. And make sure not to clip that apron with how loose this car is. Tony Stewart trapped mid-pack right now. Dave Blaney right there with him. He's caught him. Both passing Casey Kane through turns 1 and 2. Blaney to the inside of Stewart. Close quarters racing down the backstretch. Into turn 3. I didn't have time for practice qualifying it. It was already a couple minutes late to the stream here. Oh boy. Yeah, car was loose that time down the front stretch. Tried to stay away for 3 wide situation. A little contact with Sterling Marlin. I got way out of the gas there. How that didn't end up in a wreck, I don't know. I'm scared to make any contact with anybody. I feel like I'm going to spin right out. But it's such a short race, too. We got to make moves. At least right now, I get further up towards the front of the field, like it starts to kind of settle down a little bit. Got to get there first. Only had 1 caution in that full race at Vegas last night. And it came in the final 25 laps of the race. Only caution came out setting up a 19 to go restart. And the only yellow was for debris, too. This 22 car is moving and grooving. Clear. 18th place. Dale Jr. still leading. Vickers all over the back of the 22. I think Blaney got a little arrow loose that time off the exit of the corner. Again, hangs on to his positioning on the racetrack at the very least. Big run on the front stretch here. Fantasy driver should be able to follow Dale Jarrett on by... Oh boy. Not gonna lie, that wall kind of straightened me out a little bit. Lightly grazed it with the right rear corner panel. Just getting too loose. I'm going to make some massive adjustments on this next stop. First stop. This thing is a handful. Got up to 18th and we gained 1 more spot. Kind of stalled out now. Hopefully we got a better car than this. I mean, we can definitely get faster and make some adjustments. I think it's definitely way too loose. One car is just blowing a motor. Looked like a fantasy driver of some sort. Might have been that 133 car, 123. One of them. Yeah, my Packers are actually playing right now. It's Denver. I have to catch the end of that as soon as the stream's over. Blaney slowly gaining ground here. Jimmy Johnson in 16th. Bit of a slow start for the 48. Blaney finally catching up, looking to make some moves. Dives under Tony Raines off the exit of turn 4. Fastest lap of the day, that last lap for Blaney. Staying underneath the 26 of McMurray. Pass made for 15th. I don't know when the first stop's going to be. We have an accelerated fuel window. Most of the mile and a half, so it's about 60 laps a run, but with this being a 50% race, we'll probably have to pit before that. But I'm not sure how many laps before it. Pass on Dale Jarrett made for 14th. Johnson went wide in the middle of turns 1 and 2, and now Blaney's under him as well. Slowly getting through this field. Took me a couple laps to get used to it being this loose. Obviously, you guys saw how the first couple laps went. Luckily, held on to it. Still not in the top 10 yet. Not a lot of room to work underneath Truex, but room was still made. Clean pass. Clear off turn 4. 29.333 that last time. Fastest of the race for Blaney. Blaney squeezes under Harvick, clipped the apron a little, held on to the car, still trying to hold on to it, just fighting loose while still trying to make moves. Sticks again underneath Harvick, slides up the hill a little bit, gets the cut in the middle of the corner, a little too much cut. It's alright, but clear. Using all the racetrack to clear Harvick off turn 2. Like I said, loose is fast if you can hold on to it. We're having a heck of a time trying to hold on to it, but that's good to hear. Torque got a couple hits today. Running out of room on the backstretch into 3 to get by Mark Martin. "25 laps into this thing." It's hard to believe there's 10 cars under a blanket like this at the front of the field still. Blaney to the outside lane here through 3 and 4. It's not going to work. Trying to find a pathway to slide underneath Mark Martin. It's just not happening right now. Get up this much further through the field. It's a lot harder to try to complete passes. Oh boy. Car slipping out from underneath again. Still able to get underneath Kurt Busch on the backstretch. Newman, next car in front of the 6 of Martin. Martin shoves up the hill, overdrives the entry to 1 a little bit, but still cuts down the center of the corner. Trying to stay underneath Dave Blaney. Blaney low to the inside off turn 2. Side by side for the lead in, or not for the lead, excuse me, for 8th place into turn 3. Dale Jr. has led a lot of laps up at the front of the field right now, and Dave Blaney has worked himself from the rear of the field to 8th in this opening run in 28 laps. Not bad. Willie's Libraries, thanks for tuning in. Why's my head so itchy? Oh, it's terrible. I thought I was going to hit the wall. We're good. Try not to pause it. The old itchy eyebrow. Oh boy. A bump drive to the back of Newman on the front stretch. There's a little contact. That first kink of the front stretch between Kenseth and Mayfield. And Newman checked up a little bit. Blaney got in the back of him. 3 wide now off of turn 2 for position. Should get by Mayfield. Newman going to get by the 19 as well. It's another spot. Oh, we're good. Got my foot in it. Halfway through the fuel run, by the way. We are going to make it close to about 60 laps. Maybe a couple laps shy of that. I'm surprised this fuel window isn't accelerated more. So it should be a pretty standard 2-stop race, really. He snapped a little loose off turn 2 again. Oh boy. Loose in also. Big wiggle. Bobby Labonte's up in 4th, by the way, in that 43 car, having a solid start to the night. Sliding around. I can't hold a straight line to save my life. Just kind of letting it slide a little bit. I don't want to overcorrect it. Finally, beats Newman to the inside. Really kills my straightaway speed when I get really loose off turn 4, so it's hard for me to build that run up because of it. Big blocked by Kenseth into turn 1. And off turn 2 as well. These guys are getting intimidated by Dave Blaney. I'm trying. I can't do Throwback Thursdays anymore for copyright reasons. All those streams ended up getting taken down. Well, not taken down, but copyright issues. Well, maybe it is going to be a 3-stop race. I was thinking we can go close to 60 laps. Maybe that's not going to be the case. Well, that's interesting. Labonte left a lot of bottom open after Kenseth makes the pass for 4th. Blaney loose off turn 2, keeps his foot in it. Looking to make the pass on Labonte. Dale Jr. dominating the laps led in this race right now. But Dave Blaney's up to pit, just slowly cut through the field here. Biffle looked to get a little loose off turn 4. Kenseth almost gets underneath him. Little bit of room. Just underneath Kenseth. Big run through 1 and 2 for Dave Blaney under Biffle as well. Kenseth getting the 22 all sorts of loose. But Blaney's clear for 3rd. Only 2 race winners through the first 3 races of the season. 2nd and 3rd. 500 winner Elliott Sadler. Vegas, California winner Dave Blaney. Blaney 3rd, Sadler 2nd. Dale Jr. still leads. I don't know when I hit halfway out of gas. Thought it was around lap 30. That wasn't it. That was just when I realized it was on yellow, so. Big block by Sadler. I was a little patient getting into that corner. I knew he was going to probably do that. Give him a lot of room. Oh boy. A little too much to the apron. I didn't think I was going to catch it. Suck the car in. Oh, I did it again. It's so loose in the middle of the corner. It's hard not to do that. I'm definitely going to have to tighten the car up when we come to pit road. This thing is dicey. Surprised I made it 41 laps already, to be completely honest. Race is clicking by, though. This is not a long one. Tires big issue this race? I'd say so. It is old Atlanta. Yeah, we're going to have to take 4 tires, full tank of gas here. Much as I would like to take just right sides only, get to the lead, I don't think the car's going to handle well enough to do that. I just got to focus on trying to get this car adjusted at least as good as I can get it before I think about doing any sort of tire strategies in this one. Haven't even led a lap yet either. The 8 and the 38 are quick. Like, I'm giving it my all, just trying to keep up with them. This thing's just so skatey. Got 2 of them, I just couldn't pass the 38. Flash, Bowman Gray. Oh boy. We're getting really low on fuel. Trying to do the math here. I mean, it's probably going to be a 3-stop race. I think it's easily going to be a 3-stopper. We got a lot of cars on pit road right now. So 3 stops, more than likely here at Atlanta. Nice run off turn 4 by Blaney this time. Sadler with another block. Blaney looking for second place in turns 1 and 2. Yep. Oh boy, a little contact. But clear for second. I'm going to pit at lap 46. We'll stay out this time. We'll pit the following time. So Blaney not going to lead a lap during this run. He looks to the inside of Earnhardt, but Earnhardt holds on to the lead. A little wiggle in the middle of the corner, too, by the 22. Oh, lap car Paul Menard got up in the way of the race leader there. Blaney will come to pit road. So is the 8, trying to beat him into the pits. Oh, what a pit road entry. And no speeding. That was perfect execution there by Dave Blaney to get to pit road in front of the 8 of Earnhardt. 25, a little slow out of the box, but there we go. Oh, I didn't make any adjustments. Gosh darn it. Wasn't paying attention. Well, that sucks. Is that Earnhardt that beat us out of the pits? Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that's Earnhardt all the way up there. It beat us out of pit road. Trying to get this 22 car up to speed. There was no adjustments made by Dave Blaney there. Sadler's still out on the track. He hasn't pit yet. It was a clean stop by the 22 team. I just don't think this pit crew's as fast, even on clean stops, as what we had with Mark Martin. We just kind of lose time there. Still going to stay in the top 10, but obviously weren't the first ones to pit road either, so that cost us a little time. But we pitted the same lap as Earnhardt. I even beat him into the pit lane. Still beat us out of the pits by a lot. Yeah, I wasn't paying any attention to making an adjustment there. I meant to. At least I know I can make it a full run. A little bit of clean air here. Maybe this will be a little better. I don't know. Can hope. Got a couple cars getting up to speed. Yeah, we'll get ahead of, looks like Kurt Busch. I don't know that we'll catch anybody else. So Dave Blaney in 8th place. Following green flag pit stops. I think when the first comers on the pit road came down, Blaney was in 3rd. So definitely lost some positions there. I don't know if we've got that kind of speed to try to get this back, but we'll see. Might have to consider short pitting though at some point in the race to try to get some track position that way. I don't know how we're going to try to get to the lead in this one. Especially losing time like that. We're 3.8 seconds back now. Might take us the whole, 46 lap run to get back to Earnhardt, honestly. Go 46 laps again, we'll pit at lap 92. Would be the second stop. And 3 wins in a row is going to be tough tonight. Still got plenty of time in the grand scheme of things. No, we got a couple more stops yet. Yeah, I haven't had a yellow in this race either. Got a couple tenths on the race leader. I don't think Dale Jr.'s had any lap traffic yet in this one either. Does look like he cycled quite a ways ahead of the field. I think I see him all the way up there. He's got at least a few seconds. Second and a half, 2 seconds or so back to second place. I believe it's still Elliott Sadler. How did Dale Jr. come out of the pits so much further ahead of everyone else? Some of those guys pitted before him too and still lost time. Blaney's trying to play catch up. It's all a matter of how quickly can he get by cars as well. Nice quick run on Mark Martin in the 6. Here's a good start to that. Upward momentum of trying to get through the field. Bobby Labonte in the 43 right there. Might get 2 of these spots pretty quickly. Nope. Couldn't quite get underneath the 43. Wow, he had a wide entry into the corner. I had a second chance at it, and I still couldn't get underneath him. Finally there, off turn 3. Turn 2, sorry. Now into 3. Well, the pass is made. I can't do a field pass because there's no teammates with Dave Blaney in this game, so I will not be able to do that during our Cup Series season. little snappy off turn 2 that time. Lap traffic's going to be interesting. Just because of how loose my car is. More cars I have to pass in this one. I think the worse off will be. Just got to think a big picture here. If we don't get the win, we just got to get a solid points day. You know, we've gotten a couple wins early in the year already. I still got to be full focused on the championship here. Got to put a whole season together. This 22 team. It just stinks Dale Jr. is a points leader and he's the one leading the race. But I mean, we're ahead of. Well, no, Sadler's ahead of us too. But I mean, Austin Newman have kind of gone back and forth in this one, so there's a chance we could beat him. We beat him by 2 positions, and we'll end up taking second in points at the end of this race. Assuming we still get a solid enough day that nobody else behind us passes us in points. Even if we end up losing points to the 8. No field pass, no 0809. I didn't know that. I thought they kept that all the way through the EA game. Surprised they didn't. Well, at least we still got it for the truck and the Busch series. Been off pit road for 16 laps already. Only gained 2 spots. 8 to 6. It was after being third prior to green flag pit stop starting around lap 43 or so. 43, 44. And again, Dave Blaney pit at lap 46. It's kind of right in the middle. Still had some cars stayed out a couple laps longer than him. Obviously, they pitted a couple laps before. It's like everybody's kind of closing in slowly on Dale Jr. Maybe those first 2 lap cars held Dale up. Because there are still 2 lappers between first and second. And second through 5th all under blanket. And it's 22 of Dave Blaney slow to creep it in on him. Lappers are Reed Sorensen, Paul Menard. Biffle tight underneath the 12 and the 16, 3 wide. Blaney 3 wide now underneath the lappers. Push tight. A lot of contact up into the wall. It's not enough grip. I thought they were slow enough. I was going to be able to get around him, and I didn't. A lot of time lost there. Assuming the 15 of Menard was the one I got into. Sorensen didn't really lose any ground. Dang, I lost a lot of ground to those guys. Still in 6th at least. Back to 1.9 seconds off the lead again. Really only lost about a half a second or so. Maybe a little more than that to the leader. And I mean, the lappers didn't do anything wrong. They were trying to get out of the way. It was just there was so much traffic there, and they were side by side. Just work out. Car just slipped up the track a little bit. I didn't have any room to catch it because we were 3 wide. They didn't crowd me by any means. Yeah, Earnhardt's definitely struggling in lap traffic. That next car he's trying to pass, he has had to really work through. It's allowed the top couple in the field. Now he's pinching me off here. That one wasn't necessary. Less than 100 to go. Honestly, we get within 90 to go. We definitely know we can make it on 2 more stops. I'm thinking about short pitting as soon as the window opens to do that. I'm the one struggling in lap traffic right now. Give me some fresh tires. Try to make up time on the leaders that way. Finally make an adjustment on this car because I was stupid and didn't make an adjustment the first time. Might be able to lead some laps that way if we cycle to the lead too. Race is going too quick. Yeah, it's not a long one. Halfway through the fuel run also. I think I'll get a pit at lap 73. That's exactly 90 to go. Just go 45, 45 to the finish from there. Should be able to do that, no problem. David Stremmy's right in front of us and won't move. There we go. Gonna slip under him off turn 2. Sadler's lost quite a few spots. He's back to 5th now. He was in 2nd. He cycled out of the pits. I don't know that Dale Jr.'s got the fastest car. He ends up losing the lead. I think he starts to fall back. His pit crew was good. And he hasn't been past Clean Air's kid. And Dale Jr.'s out in front. Final lap to pit. 90 to go. Our window's open. Coming in this time. Four tire stop. Gonna put another half around a wedge into the car. By another, I mean the first half around because I didn't make that adjustment the first time. Really trying to get all the kit into the pits. That transition off the banking, that was tough there. Top off on fuel. There's the half around a wedge. We're gonna drop the air pressure 3 pounds all the way around. So major adjustments on the second stop of the race for Blaney. Clean stop, boys. Come on. Well, lap down. We're definitely going to be deep in the field. Looks like Greg Biffle is taking the lead away. And he trying to get up to speed. At least one car out of the race. Maybe 2. Consider we're back at 41st. Might be last on the track with being the first to pit road. But the idea here with these 4 fresh tires is try to gain track position with it. And hopefully the adjustments are the right way to go on it. It already feels tighter than it did before. So I definitely think I went the right way. It's going to probably take a little bit of top end speed out of it, but better handling, hopefully in the corners we can get bigger runs off the exit. That's what I'm hoping for. I definitely have a lot more grip on corner exit. I definitely think that was the right call. See, the problem is I'm only going to have one more stop. If this was a full race, we'd have probably 4 or 5 pit stops instead of 3 with a 50% race. So I'm going to assume Well, we'll see how it is in the long run. I may take some of this tightness out of it. Might have went a little too far, but time will tell. Really sail it off into the corner. I only do that so there's no chance I can clip the apron. I feel like if I arc my car out enough, I might turn too much in the center and then clip the apron and spin out. We definitely don't want that, especially being a lap down right now. We need this to stay green until everybody else pits. Which honestly, I mean, they should all be pitting around lap 90. We didn't short pit by that much. Well, 15 laps. A little more than 15 laps. We were in 6th when we pitted, so we'll have to see position-wise where we'll cycle. Pit crew had another clean stop, but we still lost positions, though, even on the first cycling. It's kind of another reason why I'm glad I short pitted, just because hoping we can make up whatever time we lose with the slower pit stop, even without any of those mistakes. Yeah, we're nowhere near the free pass position right now either. We need this to stay green. I'm banking on a caution-free race is what I'm banking on here. Or if we are going to get a yellow, hopefully it's after everybody has already made a stop. Paul Menard's definitely a spot. He's one of these next cars we'll catch. Stewart passed McMurray, it looks like, for position on track as well. We're not on the same lap as the 20 and the 26 here. So Reed Sorensen, next car up in front of Stewart. So right when we were on pit road, Biffle took the lead from Earnhardt and has not turned it back over to the 8 or anybody else. So maybe there's a chance Biffle's pulling away here. Sorensen staying wide. Stewart making it past McMurray 3 wide to the inside of both cars. Oh boy, contact and a clip off the apron. No, no yellow. All right, no caution. I don't know who didn't hold their line there. I think it was on McMurray. And I clipped the apron and came back up into him again. I'm glad we didn't get a caution for that. I thought McMurray was going to bring out a yellow there when I came back up the track into him. Then he hit Stewart. They both went up into the wall. Oh my gosh. No. Reed Sorensen keeps blocking the heck out of me every time I catch him. Dude, we are... Your lap off strategy right now. What are you doing? We have fresh tires. We need to be making moves, and those weren't the moves to be making. That's costing us time. Some leftover sausage and noodles for dinner. Oh, McMurray's not a rival. Some of the leaders are pitting. Lap 86, a little bit earlier than I thought, so we really only pitted about 13 laps before a couple of the early cars onto pit road. The car has gotten way more loose after I make contact with the 41 and the 26. It was handling well before that. I think it burnt the rear tires off of it, sliding the car a little too much. And that's all it takes. So, especially with everything in the accelerator, though, the tire wear. Andrew Hollenbach. Long time no see, man. Appreciate you tuning in. There's Mark Martin. I mean, we cycled ahead of him. He was ahead of us still, I think. Actually, yeah, we might have passed him. I think he might have been one of those couple lead lap cars we did pass. Biffle must have pitted because Elliott Sadler's back out in front. A lot of these cars not going nearly as far as they did on the first run. Here on the second. I don't know if we're going to be able to cycle all the way back to the lead. Depends how far out ahead Greg Biffle got in front of Dale Jr. And he's trying to pass Jeremy Mayfield, just snuck underneath him into 3 and 4. Sadler stays out at least one more lap. There's Gordon, Johnson. I know Gordon definitely was ahead of us. I'm not sure about Jimmy before. Maybe he was. Well, I'm hoping, you know, by short pitting we cycle to the lead, ideally. Slightly older tires have to hold on to the end of the run. They'll end up obviously being the first to pit last. As soon as that window opens, about 45 to go. I pitted with 90 to go, so I'm just going to try to go to 45 laps left in the pit there. Caught this lap car in a terrible spot. 107 had that outside lane into turns 3 and 4. Really, the first time I'd been on the outside the whole race. I didn't want to have to pass him up here, but we're going to have to. Oh, boy. Oh, give me room, man. It is not where we need to be. These lap cars, man, I can't pass them to save my life in this race. Give me room, guy. Crowd me on the front stretch. I can't pass you in the grass. I'll probably spin out. The car's too loose. Had Bobby Labonte in the lead? Well, I guess he hasn't pit yet. It's just during green flag pit cycling, Bobby Labonte's leading the laps. Got a lot of different drivers lead a lap, and we're not one of them. Led at least one lap in the first 3 races. I'd like to get at least one lead here. This was based off the 06 season. 9. Got a few of them on pit road. I think we're going to be right back at 6 where I pitted. Now the next question is, how far off the lead am I? Yeah, we're going to be right back at 6. There's Labonte. Biffle back out in the lead again. I didn't get any position short pitting. That's not good. Oh, boy. I think I actually lost time. I think a lot of the lost time was me having contact with lap cars, with Jamie McMurray. 4.3 seconds off the lead now. I mean, at least I tried. I don't think the strategy hurt anything because I didn't lose any positions. About 1/10 of a second quicker than Biffle, that's it. Halfway through our fuel run, lap 97 of 162. Big runs on Kenseth. Kenseth blocking down the backstretch into 3. It's going to take a big effort for Blaney to make a move here. David Reagan not in the game now. Mark Martin's still in the 6. Well, Reagan's in the Truck Series. Edwards actually isn't in this game. I don't know why. They must not have been able to get the licensing for him, but yeah, he's the only Roush driver not in the game. Blaney underneath Kenseth, side by side. Lap 99 at the line. Pass for 5th, and Newman in 4th right in front of us. Side by side for 4th. Can Blaney stay underneath the 12 though into 1 and 2? He drove it in really deep. Too much of the apron. A lot of contact. Oh man, more contact off turn 2. Kenseth right there. Couple of side swipes and a pass for 4th. Gain positions, not gaining much time. Took a year off. had his rookie season and then took a year off.
Number 12 has got a run on you.
I just got to get down to 45 laps to go as our number here to feel pretty comfortable making it to the end on fuel. We can go 46 because that's how far we took the first run, but trying to go 45 as we pit with 90 to go. Robbie Gordon's our next car up ahead. You never know, leaders get held up by lap traffic just enough. Could definitely be a big difference maker also. When he has to make quick work of the lap traffic, and man, again, Robbie Gordon, these lap cars are just not doing me any service here. Having to pass each and every one of them the hard way. There we go, finally. I literally made contact with him in the center of the corner before that. So I'm able to drive it in deeper. Who's Natalie? Am I supposed to know who Natalie is? Natalie Decker? It's the only Natalie I know of.
The 17 car is making a move. Coming up on the right.
Car feels loose. Honestly, if I didn't make a lot of contact, I think I'm going to keep the setup the same. It was better than what it was before, but I don't think I'm going to completely fix it. I don't want to take too much speed out of it trying to tighten it up. Like, I can drive this. It's more drivable than it was at the start of the race. Took me a couple laps to get used to it. Honestly, I thought I was going to be in for a long one today. A long, short one, really, considering this race isn't very long. So Sadler and Earnhardt right there, second and third. Biffle's really opened this gap up through the green flag pit stops. About a 2-second lead for the Biff. Quarter of a tank of gas left at this point in the run. Tell Campbell, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Edwards is in 06, he's just not in 07 for some reason. Blaney can definitely get the second before he pits this next time. Thought Earnhardt was going to be the one to beat today. I think Dale Jr. has got a good chance of leading the most laps still. I don't know exactly when Biffle took the lead from him, so, I mean, I don't know, maybe Biffle takes the lead. It looks like Sadler's actually going to get the second. So Sadler through 3 and 4 clears Earnhardt for second. Blaney trying to go for third. Points leader is slowly slipping back as this race progresses. Sadler 3 wide to the bottom underneath the lap cars of Jeff Burton, Kyle Petty. Returns 1 and 2. Not as easy as Blaney's past lap cars in this one on both the 31 and the 45 that time. Biffle got held up by those lap cars, I think, because the lead's only 9/10 of a second now. .22 of the run, looking underneath Sadler, off turn 2. A little more straightaway speed down the back for the 38.
Caught the leader. Take with the pass. Clear. Far enough. Got it, Frankie.
50 to go right now. Sadler is so close to getting a little too high off the exit of the corner that Blaney's able to sneak underneath him. Sadler might be able to take the lead before the end of this run, too. He has closed the gap as well as Blaney on the 16 of Biffle. Looking low. Biffle beats the 38 to the bottom. Or Blaney does, excuse me. Blaney now clear for second on the 38 of Sadler. Can he take the lead before he has to pit? He'd like to get 5 bonus points in this one. Hasn't led a lap. We're down under 50 to go. Everybody has to pit one more time. Biffle blocking as he tries to hold on to the lead. Wide entry into 3 and 4 here for Blaney. Biffle lane off the bottom. But Blaney not close enough to get underneath the 16 yet. Oh, jeez. Oh boy, big block. Almost turned myself. Gotta get that momentum back. Lap 117. .45 to go this time by at the line. I think I'm going to go one lap further. I'm going to go 46 laps on this run. In this case, for some odd reason, we end up Ooh, might lead a lap here. Blaney underneath Biffle, but at the line, Biffle leads the lap. Oh, man, that was so close. If I don't get him this next time, I'm going to have to pit the lap afters. The lap car, Scott Riggs, is right there. Biffle way down low on the bottom of the track, all the way down the backstretch through 3 and 4. Blaney's not going to beat him back to the line here. So when Blaney comes out of the pits, he'll have 43 laps to go because he'll be pitting this time by. It'll be his final stop of the day. Came close to leading the lap. He got side by side with Biffle but couldn't clear him. Gets underneath him off turn 2 again. It's more straightaway speed for that 16. Carries momentum and leads again into 3 and 4. Blaney will pit off turn 4 here. Oh boy, don't spin out. We're good. 4 tires, full tank of gas. No adjustments here. Clean stop, come on. I like that my pit road entries were progressively getting worse and worse as the race went on, too. Alright, here we go. "43 laps on these tires is what we'll have to go to the end here. Blaney short pitting on the field. Got to within his window. A couple laps beyond that, really. It's 3 less laps on this next run that we'll have to make to the end of the race from how far we took that last run. So we should be good to go to the finish. Those 3 extra laps would be tight if we go past the scheduled distance. But good thing we would only have 1 potential like green, white checker or overtime restart. And that's it. It came down to it. So I think we'd have enough for that. Be close. Blaney underneath Jeremy Mayfield. Can't get it to stick though. Mayfield going wide through 1 and 2. Bottom lane open again. Blaney underneath. Contact. These lap cars are driving me nuts today. I mean, Mayfield's an ally and he's still running me like an ass.
Looks like you got yourself a road buddy. There you go, all clear.
31st. Where we run currently. Definitely not the first car lap down. Definitely going to need everybody to cycle through. They should be pitting real soon. We pitted about 13 laps before in the last run. We took a little farther on this one. Man, if we don't win this race, we're not going to lead a single lap. I came close. I got underneath Biffle twice. I couldn't clear him, though. I didn't lead back to the line, either. One time I was side by side with him at the line. He ended up leading by less than a half a car length. Next 100% race is Bristol, which is the next race. Probably Monday. The only chance it wouldn't be on Monday is if the NASCAR race gets moved to Monday tomorrow, then I'd have to go back to Michigan International Speedway. Then in that case, I don't know when it would be. It'd probably end up not being until next Friday at that point. Catch up with the Busch and the Truck Series seasons a little bit more. Well, Friday's Daytona, actually, now that I think about it, so it probably won't even be Friday either. Xfinity Series will be racing that night. Yeah, I don't know when the next full Cup race would be other than Monday, potentially. It's going to have to be all Busch and truck races during the weeks, for the most part, from here on out. Ah, I clipped the apron. Mayfield got back underneath us. I think we got just enough of speed down the straightaway to stay in front of him. Jump up the track. I'm better than spinning out, I guess. Tell you what, guys, it's going to be tough to beat Biffle here today. Second half of this race, he's really taken over as the one to beat. I can't do it during the day. I got to work. Tell me to do it during the day. Yeah, I won't be able to do that. I can do double headers every now and then, but because Friday's going to be booked, because Cup qualifying is going to be during the day at Daytona, and then the Xfinity race at night. So yeah, I wouldn't even be able to. I'll have to do a double header as it is. So it's probably not going to be till, if I can't get it in Monday, it'll be the following Monday we'd end up doing the next Cup race. We'll still have NASCAR 7 content during the week. Ah, contact with Robbie Gordon. Mayfield's getting me a bit of air loose through the center of 1 and 2. Packing the air on the rear spoiler. Tried to Sheldon Creed me. I guess technically it was Riley Herbst that did that earlier. Creed was the one who spun. Cup qualifying 5 Friday. Yeah, I didn't see the start time on that yet. I know they don't have practice on the super speedways the rest of the year. It's just for Daytona during the 500, I believe. They did have a practice session for some reason. I'd have that too for commentary, but I don't think they do. I can't do it next Sunday. I got a golf scramble next Sunday. Yeah, my weekends these next few weeks are booked. Fantasy football draft early Saturday. Cup race Saturday night. Golf scramble Sunday morning into early afternoon. Truck race. Yeah, there's no chance I can do it. I don't want to make it a habit of doing the double headers with NASCAR 7 on the same day as race day. Either the only reason I'm doing it tonight is just because I'm not going to be able to stream it all tomorrow. So I'm making it up to you guys by getting an extra stream today. There's Kenseth, Earnhardt, Sadler. Blaney should cycle ahead of all three of those guys. And he does. Biffle's probably going to be the lone car he's going to have to try to catch in these final less than 30 laps to the end of the race. And I think he's that car up ahead of Denny Hamlin here, if I'm not mistaken. Weekend's booked next weekend, too. Local fair and your 75th birthday for your grandma. Yep, still in Ohio. Oh boy, big run off turn 4. Blaney trying to get by Denny Hamlin on the front stretch here. Fastest lap of the day that last time too by Blaney, 29.304. Sails it into the corner just desperately trying to stay underneath Denny Hamlin. Used a lot of the apron there. It was a risky play, but he was able to pull clear. Still waiting on Bobby Labonte to pit right now. He has not made his final stop. Now he's coming in. Several other cars on the lead lap also have yet to hit pit road. Lap 140 at the line. And a 3-stop race for everyone in this one. And Labonte leading those extra laps here. Not this time by, but the following time by, it'll be Greg Biffle back in the lead at Atlanta. It's the 22 of Dave Blaney, who hasn't led all day, trying to catch up and steal this win at the end. 161 car still out on the track and hasn't pit, so he actually will lead this next lap, assuming we stay green long enough and he doesn't pit this time. Give me 1 second. Plug the laptop in. Almost made it to the end. Mid-Ohio count as my home track? I don't consider it for 2 reasons. 1, the Cup Series as a race there. For 2, Michigan International Speedway is a little bit closer of a drive. Even though Ohio is the state I live in, I live in Northwest Ohio, closer to Toledo, and I'm closer to Michigan. I'm closer to Detroit than Cleveland by like a half hour. I'm closer to Ann Arbor, Michigan by about a half hour, 45 minutes or so, compared to Columbus. So all my sports teams are pretty much Michigan-based. No, Mid-Ohio is a little extra drive for me. It's not by much. It's only by like 10, 20 minutes, but yeah, I'm a little bit closer. Drive to Michigan's International Speedway. $19 to go at the line. Biffle leads. Dave Blaney in second. Blaney trying to run him down. 9/10 of a second off the lead. His final fuel run to the checker. No more pit stops the rest of the day. Even if we get cautions, we'll be staying out, keeping track position. I would imagine everybody else will also. Trying to steal one. This is like a flat-out race. It's not like we strategized our way into a win at all here. Short pitting really didn't do much for us. Actually lost time interval-wise still to the leaders. Not as much this time, though, as what we did the first couple times. With the tires we currently have on the car, we did run our fastest lap of the race at one point during this run. Haven't been able to pass 16. We got underneath them twice in this one, but couldn't complete the pass. About a half a tenth faster a lap the last 2 laps. We're just like creeping in on the 16. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not quick enough to probably get to them with around 10 to go, but are we going to be able to actually complete a pass? Going to be the hard part. Corey Harshaw, thanks for tuning in. Cindric Blaney from Ohio, yep. It's weird. I feel like Blaney considers North Carolina his home. I know he resides in High Point. It's weird, but he was born in Ohio. I mean, he probably grew up in North Carolina, Charlotte area, just because his dad, Dave, was in NASCAR when he was growing up as a kid. So it's probably why he considers that his home. That's where he was raised. Aggressive line on the front stretch, trying to get as close to that grass without touching it as possible. Shortest route all the way through. You got 15 laps left here at Atlanta. The heat is on. This is going to be a battle. We get up here. It is going to be a hard-fought race for the win. Between the 16 and the 22, Biffle trying to get his first win of the young season. Blaney trying to go for 3 in a row. 218 laps led in a dominating win at Vegas in the last race. Hasn't led a lap at all today. And California, we only led 4 laps and 1 on fuel mileage. Stole that one. That was a literal steal. That was going to be nowhere near the win. We were going to be a lap down in 25th if it wasn't for that fuel mileage win. But sometimes you got to work smarter, not harder. Four tenths back. There's a lot of lap traffic up there. There's like 4 cars nose to tail that we might catch before the finish here. There's 1 car a little bit further back behind them also. Almost trying to keep that lower exit off the corners. Shorten the track up as much as we can. Catch a little draft on the back straightaway. Oh boy, clip the apron. Didn't lose a lot of time there, surprisingly. Can get my low exit off turn 4 though, because it kind of shoved up the track. Still ran my fastest lap, 29.279 that last lap for Blaney. Fastest of the day as he creeps in on Biffle. 10 to go this time by. Oh, we're racing now. Blaney's there. Within a couple car lengths, Biffle goes wide again. A little clean air on the nose for the 22, center of the corner. Looking low. Might have to use a lap car as a pick. I haven't been able to get enough of a run off the corner to get him by the end of a straightaway yet. Trying to run that high line. Force him into a mistake maybe. Nope. Didn't budge there. Pushing hard. It's like a corner entry. I'm still like a car length or 2 back. Like a little closer this time. 3 and 4. Right there. Low off turn 4 again. Blaney inside. Biffle at the line. Fastest lap again. 29.244. But even with the fastest laps, just can't complete the pass. Oh, aggressive move down to the bottom. That killed our momentum off turn 2. There's not enough room there. Biffle is just... There's a little peak, and that's all. Sterling Marlin in the 14 going to lose a lap late. With the loss of ground, he couldn't clear the 14 yet. Side by side down the front stretch, lost some time. 6.5 laps to go. There's no high lane here. The surface isn't old enough yet. Trying to... just I can get there. I don't have enough straightaway speed in this thing. Oh, he went really wide that time through 1 and 2. Biffle really wide. Blaney trying to side draft. This is going to be the closest chance we've got to making the pass. Can he hold underneath it? Biffle with a block. Just enough. Just enough. 5 to go. Running out of time. These guys are going nuts up here. These lap cars. They're 2, 3 wide, slingshotting each other. Kind of faintly seeing it out of the front of the car. A little loose off turn 2 there for Blaney. Try to get a cut in the center of the corner there. Get underneath Biffle. Oh, he tried to come down and block. It was a little late. Side by side again. Biffle leads at the line. 4 to go. It's painful. It's painful being this close. It's just don't have the straightaway speed. Oh boy. Got the nose out in front of him there. Side draft. I think he led that lap. I still don't think I've led yet. That was the closest we got. Oh man, if I could just stay door to door into the corner. I mean, I did for 2 corners in a row once, and I still couldn't clear him. 2 to go this time by. Lap car up on the outside, trying to get Biffle pinned in line behind him. Can Blaney use the lapper as a pick? Big run. Oh, Biffle went wide. He cleared. He went wide. Blaney's close. Slide job clear. Barely off turn 2. Blaney still trying to fight the car down into 3. Lapper got in front of Biffle. Biffle washed up the track that one time. White flag. 1 lap to go for Dave Blaney. Got to hang on to it now. He's going to try to get us aero loose. Oh, there we go. Oh, hanging on to it. What a save on turn 2. Fighting the car down into 3 and 4 one last time. Biffle's there. Blaney holds on, and Blaney's going to win 3 in a row at Atlanta. Let's go. Never say die. Led 2 laps the whole race. 0.06 of a second margin of victory. Oh! Just had that one last chance to get underneath him, and we finally did it. And I got loose off turn 2 the next lap, but I held on to it. Oh, man. That was a good race. Man, Atlanta busts out some classics. Didn't even need a caution in this one to have that happen. Caution-free 50% race. I mean, it technically counts as a caution-free race of the season, but it's our first one. Even though it was 250 miles shorter of a distance. Yeah, I'm glad I got a chance to get around him there. I don't know what happened to him. He cleared the lap car and he just went wide in the middle of 3 and 4. It's like he sailed it in too deep trying to pass the lapper. Took almost the whole race to go from last to first in this one. But we got there. It's all that matters. Led 2 laps. And they were the 2 most important laps of the race. 11 lead changes, no yellows. You got 67 thousandths of a second margin of victory. Total race time 1 hour and 22 minutes even. 182.54 miles an hour, one of the fastest races in NASCAR history right there. Even though it wasn't a full 100% race still. Greg Biffle started second, finished second. Earnhardt started third, finished third. Biffle did lead the most laps, 73 laps led. Earnhardt led 70. 2 for Biffle. Kenseth didn't lead any. He finishes 4th. Elliott Sadler led 9, rounds out the top 5 and 5th. Newman didn't lead. He finished 6th. Bobby Labonte led 7 laps, finishing 7th. Jimmy Johnson, no laps led in 8th. Kevin Harvick, 9th, no laps led. Mark Martin, no laps led, rounds out the top 10. 24 cars finished on the lead lap. Glad we didn't catch that mess of all those lap cars up in the front of the field there. E. Figgins, Jeff Green, and Kurt Busch blew an engine. Kurt Busch started on the pole in this one. Led a lap. But does not get a good finish. Back-to-back DNFs early going into the season here for Busch. Went from the points lead to 10th, and now he's going to be outside the top 10 in points easily after this one. What a race. Well, we led 4 laps in a race and 1 on fuel mileage. Started last in this one, took almost the entire race to get to the lead until 2 to go. And we won 3 races in a row somehow. With Dave Blaney, we go to Bristol, which will be a full 500-lap race, hopefully on Monday. If the NASCAR Cup race tomorrow gets moved to Monday, then this stream won't be for another week or so, week and a half or so from now. It won't be till the following Monday at that point. As far as the other NASCAR 7 streams, we will still have like all of the Busch and truck races during the week yet. But yeah, we'll just see how that goes for tomorrow first. I will not be streaming the Cup Series live commentary stream tomorrow. Again, I will be at Michigan for the Cup race, so hope to see any of you guys there. If you see me, say hi. I'll be wearing some Ryan Blaney merch. Probably my long sleeve Blaney Advanced Auto Parts shirt. Or I think it might be the Moen shirt. I don't know, whatever. One of those two. I don't know what Blaney hat I'm going to wear yet. I think it'll be his championship hat from last season, so. All right. Yeah, that's what I have for tomorrow. Race highlight video from the grandstands, uploaded later tomorrow night. And have a good rest of your evening. Enjoy the race tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Monday. And if I don't see you Monday, I'll see you Tuesday. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching.